Got a new mat so that my blue wouldn't disappear and you would be able to see better. I am not using the earbuds today because I occasionally cough still, but my nasal passages are better. So this is all good. Have a few more people I know are coming. And then also for those of you who have issues, shoulders, knees, hips, as I know many of you might be having, use the options. I always try and provide options for us. Waiting is an option as well. So we move through that lubrication. That'll help you identify if there's problem parts, and then you do what we can. So a bit of balancing today because life is all about balancing. And then we'll also do some strengthening and stretching, and we'll try and cover all the bases for you. Thank you for your well wishes and support as we move into a new chapter of our lives in this new year. So let's come to Samastiti. You can take a seat either in a chair or on a pillow. I have background music because I do see some yard people down the road and it may get a little loud there for a moment, so we'll see. All right, have a seat. Welcome to yoga. So as we come to Samastiti, and I know my voice is a little more echoey now, but you'll adjust to it. You can sit Sukhasana, you can sit one leg out if that's better. You can use your hands to support the back. You can float them into a mudra gesture. So we take this moment to become present as we sit mindfully, addressing Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor energy, the drawing in of the lower belly, the action of Uddiyana, and then visualizing your spine stacking so that we're lifted nice and tall, utilizing the muscles to hold the frame up, lifting through the crown of the head, softening through the neck and the shoulders. Your eyes will be opened, lowered, or closed. As we breathe. Feeling how the focus on the breath helps bring us into the moment rather than being distracted or elsewhere in our mind. Also attuned to how the body is feeling. So if your back is cranky or your neck and shoulders are a little tight, take that under advisement. Flutter the eyes open as we traditionally begin our practice. Let the arms extend to the sides of your body unless this is not comfortable for your back. If your shoulders feel tension, simply lower them. But reach through the tips of your fingers, up through the crown of the head, root into the base of your spine. As the arms allow, they rise and join and move to the heart. And we cultivate the attitude of gratitude, for which I am happy this is taking place. And then let's rub our hands together and create a little energy and friction through our hands. And depending on your environment, your hands may be a little on the chilly side. So you're going to bring a little warmth to them. Also acknowledging the condition of your hands. They change over time depending on things. So if your hand functions fully, that's wonderful, that's a gift. But if it starts having problems, we can work around them. And then let's move to the wrist. I'm going to let my wrist move and my fingers to participate. Still breathing, still sitting mindfully. Change the direction. So now I'm going to begin drawing some X's or infinity symbols, if you see that. So my elbows stay close to my body. Now, as it works for you, take this movement a little bit larger. And larger may not be for you today, but if it is, we conduct the orchestra. And then we'll end with our arms going behind us. Fingertips are fine, and lift up the chest. So you have a little back extension, not a back bend, just a bit of a curve, as I like to say. And then I'll move my hands, maybe one at a time, maybe two at a time, draw in through my navel, bow my head, and sink back towards your tailbone. Use your hands to bring the spine up nice and tall. Circle the arms as high as they feel appropriate. Place them once again to the back side. Lift up the chest so you feel light on your bum. Shoulders are back, chest is lifted. Take in a breath. As you exhale again, one or two hands. Two hands might be a bit much for your back. Scoop in through the belly, round through the back, bow the head. Use the hands to lift the spine. And one last time as we circle the arms and bring the hands behind, lifting the heart. So it's a more modified, what you would think of cats and cows. And then as you return your hands attentively, and then drawing in through the belly and rounding the back. Rising up, we become a lateral motion. So let's put, as you're looking at me, your left hand down on the mat, or on the side. If you're facing the short end, you'll probably be on your surface. Release the other arm. So this hand can be here to support the back. And then you're going to let your right hand just gently wave. It doesn't have to go all the way up right away. Maybe it just does this because this is for our torso, kind of waking up the torso. And when might you breathe in? You might breathe in when the arm goes up. You might breathe out when the arm goes down. We need to be doing this at the same time. So just feel the ribs separate from your hips ever so gently. And now I'm going to let my arms circle in front as it comes up and around and all the way in front. Using now your right hand to give support to the back. Releasing out your left arm and repeating the same moves on the other side. So here it is on the smaller range of motion, but still with a lateral leaning. Breath in, breath out. Finding your range of motion, pain-free. Consciously drawing the back muscles down to lower the arm with control. A relatively straight arm that's moving. And now we let it circle around and in front. So I'm going to switch my legs if you happen to have them crossed. If they're not crossed, that's okay. Put the right hand back, put the left hand over whatever leg is there. Draw the shoulder behind you as you lift tall and just look to the side of your space, not behind you, just look off to the side. So we take those lateral moves and then we kind of twist the torso. If you want to look a little further behind, be my guest. And return yourself softly back center, bracing with support, crossing over, shoulder behind, draws back, lift very tall and look off to the side. So take in the visuals of your space. Maybe you see an artwork anew, or maybe you have an image from a mirror. If you want to look behind, go ahead. And return center. We come to Bandha Konasana. Stay as you are as you move your feet together. I'll turn to the side. This is where sitting on either another yoga mat or a pillow can be helpful. As we sit in Bandha Konasana, cobbler's pose, with your feet close, middle, or further to accommodate for any issues, rock yourself on your sit bones, and then avoid leaning on your tailbone, that's slouching or slumping. So you kind of do this, or you can even do the buns away, move, and then hold on. So now as we hinge forward and back, with the heart leading forward, we begin to feel that connection of the spine into the pelvis. It doesn't matter how far you go, you get to be you. So you may recall that as we go into our forward fold, having our body forward protects the low back, so you're not just pushing into the lumbar part. So you got a hinge forward, lead with the heart. Now go ahead and melt or round forward. So there's going to be a temptation to roll back. I'm going to encourage you to stay forward, even if it's just dropping your head, or if the head can go further. Hold your ankles, bow your head, and roll yourself up ever so mindfully, articulating your spine. Folding up the legs and extending them. You can remain on the pillow or extra yoga mat if you have. You can additionally put your hands behind as we move into staff pose. I don't do this that often, and especially in the beginning because the hamstrings might not be really ready for it. If you can sit with your legs straight, your hands by your side, your shoulders down, gazing outward to your extended toes, that's the end position, but you may want to modify. That would be a slight bend of the knee, the hands more behind, the shoulders down, the bandhas and breath. So find your own staff, and let's take about 10 breaths. As you move into that last breath, it doesn't matter your orientation, whether you're at the short end or long end of the mat. Shift over onto your right hip and move your left leg alongside the mat. So my foot is flexed. Add any padding under your ankle or under your knee to make it comfortable. And then I'll show you the orientation on the long end of the mat. Now that right leg that's in front of you, the foot is going to pull back to the knee. So when you look at your legs, the configuration is the left foot or the back leg moves up straight, runs into the foot, and then the foot comes straight across. Let me turn and show you. If you use the alignment of the mat, now it's your front leg along the edge of the mat, and your back leg runs parallel to the end of the mat. So this is one where we strengthen our hip joint. So right now you're probably leaning a little more to the right. I want you to try and lift your spine up and lean more forward. So we're going to be working with the back leg here. I'll scoot over so you can see a little bit better. The back leg is going to lift the knee and lower the knee. Just figure that one out. The other thing it will do is lift and lower the back foot. Oh, that's different, isn't it? So those are the two moves of the back leg. the front leg does opposition. So if I'm using the back knee, lifting it, I'm going to be pushing the front knee down. And I'll just hold this knee up and push the front knee down. Lean a little more into your hands, even if you move your hands in to get that trajectory of leaning forward. Front knee pushing down, back knee lifting up, hips are going what? Take a breath and relax. Now we're going to do that back foot, the hard one that lifts up, and then you're going to push the front foot down. Maybe that front knee will pop up just a shade. So raise the back and push down on the front foot. Oh, how do you feel here? And take a breath to relax. So now we're going to lift the front knee up, and the front knee up and the back knee up, and then the back foot up and the front foot up. Play with it. You'll find one eminently more easier than the other one. And then pause. Pick up the back leg, bring it forward, and we'll set up on the other side. So if you're facing the short end, you take the front leg, the one that was behind you before, place it across, and then lean to your left hand and park your knee at the foot and flex the foot. So let me come this way for you this time. And it's much easier to lean to the left, but again, we want to be more upright and forward. So let's do the easy one. The knee lifts and lowers. So this positioning of the body isolates the hip motion. Okay, that's the easy one. Now that back leg is going to lift the foot, kind of, sort of. So if you were curious about, well, what is happening back here, you're welcome to touch yourself in what would be the glute med, gluteus medius. That one's challenging. And then pause. Okay, same thing with the front. The knee will go up and down. And the front foot, not so much, but try. I can't even do it, but if you can lift your foot up, take some core. All right, so now we're gonna press down on the front knee and lift the back foot. So push down here and lift the foot. That might make it a little easier for you. So I'm just holding, that's static. You want to breathe while you're holding and not moving. Go ahead and relax both legs down. So now you're going to push down on the front foot and raise the back knee. This knee may pop up a little bit. And breathe. Now we move in opposition. As the back knee comes down, the foot comes up, and then we switch. This front knee is foot up, knee up. Oh, and that is good for me, and we're going to move to a standing position. Can you do this without your hands? I don't care which way you do it. You can come to cross leg, you can come forward onto a knee. Try not to use your hands. And if you have to use your hands, you have to use your hands. It's okay. So bring yourself up, and maybe now you feel the hip joint a little bit. I do. And so I'm going to do a little figure 8 motion. This helps with the sacrum. I like this one in the morning. You can stand on your mat this way. Okay, so now take a wider stance. If you're on the short end, you're going to be putting your feet off the mat. And we're simply going to bend from one knee to the other knee, getting progressive as we do. So the arms are going to stay out to the side, low or just to the shoulder height. Take the knee in the direction of the toe in which it's moving. That's just a happier knee when you do that. Now eventually my hips are going to push back. My hands will brace on the thigh. and I will be able to go a little bit lower. So let's try that. Hands on your thigh, hips go back, and I go a little lower. So where are you feeling this? Inside your thigh. So I'm standing up and pushing my hips back, bracing. Feel free to stay a little longer. I might do that at the end. So next time we go to the right, let's all stay over there. In fact, let's all put both hands on the same leg. So this inner thigh from pelvis to knees, where you should feel this, check in with your bandhas, support for your back. Move to the other side. Hips go back, sink into it progressively. So do you find similarities or differences? And coming up. So moving into the hip flexor. Again, it doesn't matter which way you're facing. If you're this way, you're going to turn so you can at least see me. If you want to reposition yourself or your mat, that's okay. So the hip flexors, they start at your back, they come around the hips, and they attach your quad muscles right here. We want them strong, but we also want them flexible. This is adding some range of motion, because when they get tight, we round over. So I'm going to lift one heel, could be the left, and I'm going to bend the back knee, and the front knee is a little bent. Tuck your bum under like you were doing a cat pose, engage through the abdominal wall, and drive the pelvis forward. A softness of the knee, but the front knee is the more important one. Now if you feel wobbly, you can put your hands out to the side. My knee is bent unlike a crescent pose. Now take the chest and lift it up. Consider the arms by the side, or consider the arms up and slightly back. So wherever you feel you have the most stability, feel the opening at the top of the back leg. Breathe. Now as you lean forward, brace on that front leg and drop the heel down, not turning it like a warrior, but dropping it straight down and feeling your calf. The back remains strong and neutral rather than rounded, so keep leading with the heart, engage through the abdominals. As you think of the back heel pressing into the floor or your mat, you begin to feel that calf release. Knee is straight. Raise the heel and turn back center. We repeat on the other side. Move yourself so you can see and follow along. The back heel pivots and is lifted. Front knee bends. Back knee softens. Drive the pelvis forward, so tucking the tailbone under, engaging through your abdominals, kind of leaves you a little rounded. So then you lift up the chest, again the arms for balance, or maybe up like cactus, bending the front knee a little more, and breathing. And the objective is to open the front of the thigh. And you continue to breathe. If you need a little more, bend that front knee a little more. As we release, lift up, put the hands on the front thigh, drop the back heel down. Again, careful not to pivot open, but drop the heel down, lift with the spine, project the heart forward. So initially you feel maybe some tightness or not, but then it kind of gives you this stretch reflex, is what it's called, where all of a sudden it feels safe enough to relax for you. Raising the back heel and turning forward, then walking your feet together and kicking out your legs. So this next one is a standing balance pose of a simple nature and yet very wobbly. You may want to stay on your mat with your feet together. You may want to step onto a more solid surface if that just feels more stabilizing. The inner edges of the feet are together. The ankles stay cinched so that as you raise up on the ball of the feet, the ankles don't part. They stay together. How high should you lift your heels? I don't know, you could go a little bit, or you can go as high as possible. This will strengthen our feet and our resolve to balance. My best suggestion is just, you find a muscle, squeeze it. Squeeze the bum, squeeze the belly, squeeze it all. So we'll place the hands upon our sides. Think of the crown of the head lifting towards sky and let the heels rise up. So if you happen to step out of it, it's okay. It happens. Keep breathing as you find your way. Staring at something is useful. As you think up through the crown of the head, slowly descend onto the earth. Release your arms, standing in the Iyengar style of Tadasana, mountain pose. So we're going to do the balance again. Create that calm while you're standing here and carry it with you. This next time, we put the hands on the hips. We're going to turn to one side. So as I raise my heels, holding my ankles tight together, engaging all the muscles I find, slowly turn to one side and breathe. Returning center, think up through the crown of the head, and then slowly descend, returning yourself to Tadasana. So as you find that calm, let's assess this, why this is a good pose for us. Yes, it works on strengthening our feet and our balance, but can you translate this into life? When you're doing your best to stay steady and life is just doing this to you, where can you go and how can you stay steady? So let's practice. Squeeze, breathe, rise. Again, it's okay if you fall out. And let's go the other direction. Keep breathing, keep squeezing. Slowly come back center, up through the crown of the head, down through the heels, release the arms, step the feet apart. Okay, we'll go through a little bit of flow, and as we go through the flow, please use your options. Know that child's pose is always a place where you can just go and hang out. When we come down and touch the earth and get to a plank, you can do the plank from your toes or from your knees. You can go down and stay and then make your way back up. We're going to be going through a flow that includes downward dog. We'll move through the downward dogs progressively, and today we do step through. What does that mean? That means when you're in your downward dog, I will have you raise the standing leg so the heel comes up, you bend the lifted leg, you pull it in towards your belly, and you step through into a low lunge. It can be quite challenging, but the more we practice, the better we get. Here's some little workarounds. If as your leg is up, you can't quite step it through, bring some blocks under your hands, or if you don't have blocks, as that leg comes around, swing it around to the side. You have to move your hands so it can get there, but it might be an easier path to get into the low lunge. Let's begin at the end of the mat. Tadasana. Extract everything from Tadasana that you can use in all of your other poses, your planks, your downward dogs, etc. As you breathe in, the arms will lift. As you breathe out, the hands touch the earth. As you breathe in, you lift your chest. And the breath out, you step back or walk into a plank position. Pause in that plank and understand the significance and the power and the load. Chin up, elbows in, lower the torso, the hips and chest at the same time with your elbows in. Relax your toes. Baby cobra, cobra, up dog, or nothing. Then come back down. Toes go under. Either lift the thighs or leave the knees down, but lift the hips ever so slightly. Anchor your shoulders. Press. If you came to the knees, continue on to the toes, returning to plank. Here you have an option to go to child's pose or to come to downward dog. Adjust those feet, moving them forward a little. Maybe try the first dog with bent knees. Kind of get your hands, your arms, your shoulders all figured out. Raise both your heels, bend your knees and gaze forward. Take one big step or a bunch of little steps if you'd prefer. Move the hands onto your thighs. Keep your knees bent and straighten your elbows. So it looks like we're going to do the chair pose, because we are. Wait for your blood pressure to settle. And then as you root into the feet, squeeze the pillow, you have options. Easiest for the back is hands and heart. A little more progressive, the arms in front, and then the classic arms up. Careful you're not tipping forward. Make it a strong, true chair pose. Find your breath, and as you inhale, burst up. As you exhale, open the arms, careful for walls. Bend the knees and put your hands on the floor. Drop the hips, lift the chest. Walk yourself back again to a plank position. Can be on the toes, can be on the knees. Chin up, elbows in. Go down, land with hips and chest together. Baby cobra, cobra, up dog, or nothing. Exhale, come down. Toes under from hips or from knees. Lift your chest and hips together. Return to your plank and on into downward dog. Adjust your feet, by which I mean they move forward a little bit. This time we walk the dog. Both heels up, bend the knees, look forward. Walk step, some people even jump up to the hands. Hands on your thighs, drop the hips, gaze forward, get your blood pressure set. Squeeze the inner thighs, root into the feet. Place the hands where you like. And breathe. We breathe in and lift arms. We breathe out, we touch the earth. Breath in, we lift the chest. Stepping back or walking into your plank position. From knees or toes, chin up, elbows in, down you come. Baby cobra, cobra, up dog, or wait. Exhale, come down. Toes under, hips up. Go to child's pose if you prefer, or on into your down dog, and adjust those feet. Stand on your right foot, lift your left foot. Bend the knee and move it forward towards your chest. Lift the left leg up again. Raise the right heel, pull the knee forward just to your chest. One more time, back into three-legged dog. Raise the standing heel. Now use a bit of momentum, look forward, and step that left foot up between the hands. So you have what's called a 15-point line. 5 fingers, 5 toes, 5 fingers. Ground yourself. As you rise to crescent pose, feel free to use that front leg or just stand up. Back leg is squeezing straight. And breathe. Lower the hands to the mat. Pick up the front leg, back to a plank. Now you either go into child's pose or down, followed by up, followed by down, followed by up, followed by down dog. So now stand on the left, lift the right. Draw the right knee to your chest and pause. Back to a three-legged dog. This time raise the heel of the back leg. Bend the knee and draw it forward to your chest. Back to a three-legged dog. Keep that heel up. Bend the high knee. Look forward. Step your foot into the low lunge. 5 fingers, 5 toes, 5 fingers. Ground into your feet. Use your hands on your thigh if you want, or stand up. Back leg squeeze straight. Hands to the floor. Step into a plank. Now we all get a moment in child's pose. So as those knees rest gently, slightly parted, as the hips and knees allow, you move back. You can stretch the arms out, fold the arms under, move them into prayer. So we come back to our plank. And down we go from knees or toes. Inhale, up you go or not. Down. Hips up from knees or toes. Press off the mat, downward dog. Stand on right foot, lift the left leg, raise the right heel, bend the left knee, step through, drop your back heel. Left hand on your left thigh. You're going to focus on the left hand. The right arm is going to reach forward and either go around or over your head and reach back, then lift the left arm over your thigh, warrior two. Lower the back arm, flip the front arm up, exalted warrior of your own making. Back to warrior two. Windmill the arms, lift the back heel, pivot, lower into the low lunge, pick up the front foot and step back into your plank. From knees or toes, come down. Breath in, go up. Breath out, come down. Toes under, hips up. You can use knees. Press on the hands, then come to your plank, then to down dog and adjust your feet. Stand on your left foot, lift up your right leg. Raise the left heel. Bend the right knee, look forward. Step up. Drop the left heel. Right hand on your right thigh. That's where your focus remains. As the left arm stretches out, either goes around or over your head as you stand up, right arm forward, left arm back, Virabhadrasana 2. Front palm open, rise and lean back, exalted warrior, wherever that takes you. Back to warrior two. So this time we're going to open the arms, flip the back heel up, step the back foot forward, Tadasana. Bring the hands to the heart. Let's move on to a standing balance pose that includes some hips. For this one, you might want to have a chair nearby because we're going to be standing on one leg. You can put your back against the wall, not against these spiky things, but if you were to stand against the wall, you'd bring your knee up, and that way if you shift, you have a little more support through the back. So if your space needs to give you a little more support, go ahead and move over there. Turn me and take me with you. If you can do this on the floor, we start in Tadasana. It won't matter which leg, use the one that's most convenient. Just know to switch to the other one when I say other leg. Ground into one of your legs. That's the important standing balance. Root and engage your bandhas and draw one knee up and hold on to it. Breathe. First one, same arm holds the same leg. Other arm can either go to the side to either hold onto a chair or your side. Open that knee to the side. Not to turn your body. Slip the hand under the knee, or if you can do the 2-finger lock on the toe. Then with whatever grip you have, try and straighten that leg. Then bend the knee, bring it back in front, and set it down. Pause a minute and I'll get a sip of water. I feel things are warming up and moving in my body. Let's try the other side. If you've got a chair nearby, feel free to turn. Root into the other leg. It may go well, it may not go well. Let's find out. Raise up the opposite leg and hold on to it. Get that sense of stability as you breathe. Same hand holds the same leg. Either reach out and hold onto something or your side. Open the leg to the side. So you can do that 2-finger lock that I did on the other leg, or hold under your knee and straighten your leg. Stand up tall. Bend the knee, bring it forward, and mindfully set it down. So remember that calm that comes back. So this one's going to be a twist. For those of you who are doing the wall, it's going to make it easier if you turn toward the wall and use the leg that's against the wall to grab the opposite leg and turn across. Then you walk your hand down the wall so you have something to stabilize. Same thing if you're using a chair. You're going to lift the leg closest to the chair and hold on to it. Opposite arm will draw the knee across. Of course, this is a twisty chair. And then as I turn it and look, I might want to let go. If you don't need a chair, join me on your mat. Again, doesn't matter what side, we are working in opposition for this one. Establish Tadasana. Pick up a leg. Hold it with the opposite hand. Now you've got your free hand of the leg that's up. You either grab hold of something or you begin to move it behind you and look as best you can backwards. Slowly returning back center, Gana Gracie, and step or fall out like I did. If you need to, turn yourself around and let's do the other side. Drawing the knee up on the other leg, opposite arm holds the opposite knee. Free arm then opens, gets a little wobbly. Reach and breathe. Ground yourself but breathe. Slowly return back center. Hold on to the leg and step or fall right out of it. Okay, let's come down on the mat. We've been standing a while. Can you do this without using your hands, either by going through kneeling or just crossing your legs and plopping down? So maybe this. Okay, so a little bit core-centric. This one is called the crisscross if you were in a Pilates class, or a bicycle if you were in a fitness class. In yoga, we also do this, but it's done much more slowly and mindfully in application. So we're not trying to bust out so many repetitions. We are trying to move the opposite shoulder to the opposite hip rather than elbow to knee. So I'm doing my elbow to knee and nothing is happening in my midsection. So that's the process. The hands can be laced or stacked. Your head is resting in your hands. That's a really hard part. And we just slowly release And then we bring our knees back together. So one leg goes out as we do the rotation, then we come back to center. Your head never goes down. All that said, make your way onto your back. Place the hands behind the head. Lift the head. Bandhas. And raise your legs. Now those knees should be at tabletop. They shouldn't be in here all nice and comfy. So they're going to be out here because we're just doing hip to shoulder. We're not trying to touch our elbow to our knee. So as one leg straightens out, the other leg draws in, and you move your shoulder across, the bottom shoulder goes to the floor. This is breathe out. Knees come back in, head is up. This is breathe in. Other side, breathing out. Coming center, breathing in. Let's continue. Breathing out and breathing in. Rest your head. Work with the breath. It will help with your cadence. Remember, it's the opposite shoulder to the leg that's moving inward. You're moving away from the extended leg. One more. Pause. Let the feet drop. Now the knees are going to draw in, your back will like that, and your shoulders will lift. Use your exhale as you draw together, your inhale as you release. Feel the shortening of the abdominal wall. Try and keep your elbows out of your face. In other words, they shouldn't come across in front. Use a strong breath. And here's your last one. As the head makes its way softly to the earth and the feet come down and they stretch out. Let the arms float up. As your shoulders allow, you either bend the elbows by the side, or if you have the freedom to extend them over. Pretty freeing. Draw up one leg, it won't matter which one. As we did standing a moment ago, hold the opposite arm on the leg, release the other arm, and let it move across you gently. Big breath. And return back center. Slide that leg out, reach the arms up. Again, modify by bending the elbows by your side or floating them overhead. Remember which leg you need to grab now as it comes up. Opposite arm, opposite leg, and just carry it over for a gentle oh. And return center. Both knees come into Bandha Konasana reclined. So bottom of the feet together, hands either at the ankles, the calves, the inner thighs, or two-finger lock on the big toes as you open your legs to the side. So can be here. Do you remember the low back is not smooshed into the floor, it's in its natural slight curve of the low back. Knees should be straight, so if you can't get them straight, grab a little bit lower. Got a wall here, so let's go this way. Or this way. and bend your knees. So you can either rock and roll yourself up or more safely roll to your side and move yourself to an upright position. We're finishing on our hands and knees. So those of you with knee sensitivity, bring some padding in the form of a towel. Or you can always about halfway through pick up the mat, drag it back a little. Palms or knuckles with thumbs forward. So this is the bird dog. So we'll move into it one limb at a time. So that means when I'm on all fours, one arm will go forward, other arm will go forward. Same thing with the legs, then opposite arm, opposite leg. Your legs and arms should be parallel to ground, not so much high. Squeeze through your bum, lift with the abdominal against the pull of gravity. So as I come to my all fours, place my palms mindfully. Load into my shoulders and my knees. Gaze to the front edge of the mat. Pick one of your hands and walk the fingers forward. And then raise it. Slowly bring it back. Feel 4 limbs and how comfortable that is. Now walk the other hand forward. Stay over your weighted hand. Is there a difference? And lower that back. You'll find the legs much easier, but make sure your hips don't drop. Slide one of your legs back and lift it. Set it down where it was. Other leg. When ready, lift. Set it down. So these are opposition, opposite arm, opposite leg. Slide onto the floor and then lift. Lots of energy moving in opposition. And come back. Take a breath. Other pair of hand and leg, slide on the floor and lift it up. And set it down, and a moment in child's pose. Again, finding your own position for child's pose. So when you're in child's pose, having finished just doing something, kind of notice how your body is feeling. Was it working extra hard in the back? Was there some wobbliness going on in your arms? Because tend to be a little on the weaker side there, I think, for most of us. So just observe where you met that challenge and how you either said, it makes sense for me to not do this anymore, or if I can continue, where do I get that strength to continue? As I come up, moving into a bit of a sidearm balance variation. So you're going to turn yourself on the mat and put one hand down pointing away. I'll give you an option and another in a moment. So if you don't want to be on the hand, then the opposite leg, so we're in opposition again, take your hand and help open yourself up so that when the top arm lifts, it's like you're doing this, but you're tipped over, so you're doing this. Then we can work to lift the leg if you want. If you say, this is really hard for my wrist, that's okay. There's an option for you. Instead of the finger forward, you point the fingers toward the side, come onto your elbow, open your leg, open your arm, and lift here. So it's a little different. It takes a little more procurement. So let's do whichever one you want. You can leave the foot down. You can raise the leg up. Some people might even grab hold of the ankle and hold the foot back. I don't know. Just something else to do. and release. So maybe the other side requires something different. For demonstration purposes, I will show the forearm. And breathe. And release. And we come to some hips. Now you know laying on your back and doing the figure 4 pretzel pose is always one of the safest. Laying on your back protects it and keeps it neutral. And then you park the ankle on the thigh, and then you draw the thigh in and push the knee away. So if you are choosing this one, make it useful. Some people reach behind the leg, but then the bent knee moves in instead of away. So I'd almost rather you take the hand, push the knee, hold the foot as you push forward, and then if you need more, rock a little bit toward the cross-leg side. So that's option 1. For those of you who might want a little more challenge, has a little more help mobility-wise from your hips, you're going to place one foot across as you lean back. So my knee is coming forward from its pelvis. The other leg is going to cross over. I'm leaning back so I can do this. As I look down, my knees are relatively stacked and I'm sitting on both my pelvic bones. If you can't get in this position, this is probably not the one for you. Go onto your back and do the figure 4. If you can do this one, once you're here with your hands behind you, pitch up onto your sit bones, and then things get really fun. Maybe that's not the best adjective. As you're sitting thus, use the hands to lean forward, or you may want the hands here, or you may want to bow down. So this one gives you both hips at the same time. This is a really good fair option for the pigeon pose. So this is about your hips, primarily the front leg, but you have to be able to sit on both legs. So wherever you are, here or on your back, let's take a few breaths. So as you mindfully come out of where you were, those of you who are like me, you're going to take the top leg off, you can help it. Hold the bottom leg out. Put that what was on top down, and then cross the second leg over. So you hit that same position. Now those feet are not back by my body, they're more outward. If you're on your back, simply do the other side. Make sure you're sitting. I'll just stay right here. Those of you on your back know how that works. If you're sitting, it's really imperative that you just get yourself up, and that may be all that you need. Maybe when you get here, you said, this is it, then you just kind of try and soften around those hard edges and breathe. Or if you need more, you begin to lean forward. Wherever you are, where you feel the hips in a safe way, where you can manage your discomfort. And if you're on your back, you just do that one hip. Connect with your bandhas, move yourself out of the position. If you're like me, go ahead and help that top leg get removed. Then let's come back and sit up. You can sit in Sukhasana, you can sit on your knees, you can sit in a chair, you can sit on a block. And let's focus a little more on the necks. So I'm holding on to my legs and I'm leaning back. If I wanted to hold, if I was in a chair, under the seat of the chair and lean back, or the front of the chair. And you should feel those shoulders being drawn down as you put a little weight. So if I turn to the side, instead of me sitting up comfortably like this, I'm leaning back. Because if I let go, that's how much it's pulling me. Then go ahead and bow the head. And then move the chin to one shoulder, looking over toward the floor. Find your breath. Chin back to the chest. Chin gently looks over the other shoulder toward the floor. Chin to the chest. Use your hands and right yourself as you come up. So we're going to go on our back and do a bridge pose, just a very simple bridge pose for about 10 breaths. And move right to Shavasana. So if you want to go ahead and put your socks on or have a blanket or a pillow, something nearby, towel, make your way into that supine. Find your feet. Make sure you're not looking back, that you're looking outward, and if you need to, put something under your head to assist. Mula Bandha. Energy of pelvic floor. Action of Uddiyana. Begin to tighten your gluteal muscles. And then you're going to raise the pelvis in one unit until you find yourself up onto your shoulders. Now that can vary. Some people come way up high. I don't tend to go that high. But I press into the feet, and to take the pressure off your back, press into the palms, the forearms, the elbows, and the shoulders. Should you want more, you can tuck those shoulders toward under the back and grab the hands together and push into the feet more. But you be you. Let's take 10 breaths. As you sweetly move yourself back, coming down the upper back, the middle back, the lower back, you can either just move into your chosen position for Shavasana. Some of you might feel the need to draw the knees in, your choice. Traditional corpse pose, on your side, on your belly, as you wish. So it has come to the time where we let things go. So as you move into that position, if you want to block the light if there is light. And now we do nothing. But maybe Feeling the weight of the body resting. And so we deepen the breath to awaken the body and wiggle the fingers and toes. And you can stay just like you are, or you can roll to your side. And as you lay in that calm, I have new sharings, new little words of calm to share. And this one is from A Course of Miracles. It's very simple. The miracle comes quietly into the mind that stops an instant and is still. The miracle comes quietly into the mind that stops an instant and is still. So we'll look for that possibility as you bring yourself up to a seated position. And then as we sit nice and tall and expand the arms to the side and lift them up, and we're going to bring all the goodness in for a new year and hold it deep inside, and the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. So I'd like to thank you for your kindness, support in my loss. Working through the process, as you know. We are continuing. Now, I had a little glitch last week, and this week the same thing happened with Zoom. It said, do you want to send them a report? So I said yes, but I had to log out and log back in, but none of you were lost. The pro account renewed, so I should not be cut off in an hour. So I'm not really sure what's happening, but if you want to send me any feedback about, yeah, things cut out and I have to open it back up, or I didn't notice anything, that would help me try and figure out what the heck is going on. So with all those little personal notes said, we carry on with each day forward, and we all have losses in our life. I know you guys have as well. And so those holes get filled up with other things. One of the ways to fill my hole is with doing this yoga practice with you. So I thank you for that. Have a good rest of your week. Should see you next Monday. Namaste.